When the lights come on, she's ready to rise. Donnelly steps up with faith in her eyes. Puzzle pieces fitting, stars up in the sky. With every prayer and song, she'll make your spirit fly.
She's got the voice that can heal the soul. Singing, gaming, she's on a roll. Star Wars battles to her prayerful light. Donnelly's shining through the night. Shine on, Donnelly's, you light up the way. Singing, praying, bringing hope today.
From puzzles to the force, you're always on Donnelly's.
You're our shining song. In the game or the prayer, she's standing tall. With every step, she answers the call. Blessings in her heart, light in her soul. With Donnelly's, we're ready to roll.
Raise your hands, feel the groove. With her faith and her love, you can't lose.
From the galaxy far to the prayers so deep, Donnelly's is the joy we keep.
Shine on, Donnelly's. You're the light we need.
With every song and every prayer you lead.
From puzzles to the force, you're always on Donnelly's. You're our shining song. Shine on, Donnelly's. Shine on.
Hello, hello, and happy Saturday, everybody! How's it going? Dave, you are having some noms at the moment. I need to know. Inquiring minds want to know. What are you having for nomage today? You've been job searching and just trying to lean on the father with the insanity at work and home. I totally get that. And we are adding that to our prayer list. Ooh, buffalo chicken meatballs served over cheesy tater tots. Ooh. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being like the spiciest thing you have ever had, 1 being absolutely no spice, where would you rate the buffalo sauce that you used? But the cheesy tater tots, that sounds delicious. That sounds delicious. So, guys, funny story that wasn't funny in the moment, but ended positively. So, we ordered pizza yesterday, right? And we always go to our friend's house on Friday nights, have pizza, wings, etc. Usually I just have pizza because I'm not a chicken wing fan. Soul, congratulations on second! How are you today? And so we go to get the pizza. Actually, no. Mom and I went to the friends, went back to our house because we had been bowling. So we got back and Dad had picked up the
Look at Chad.
Good morning, Captain America. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well, my friend. What are you up to? And I got that refund, by the way. Thank you. So, yes, I did. Yes, I did, Dave. I think most of it is I don't necessarily like things that are bone in. I think that's it. I like bone free. I mean, you get back here right now, Dave. See, thank you, Dusty. Thank you, Dusty. Boneless as well. Perfect, because like even when it comes to pork, I much prefer the boneless pork chops. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody! Hope everybody's having a fantastic Valentine's Day. So, anyways, back to the story. So we, Mom and I headed home from the bowling alley after placing the order, and Dad was on his way from the other side of town, but he was going to get to the pizza place before we could, so he offered to go get the pizza and the wings and everything. And so we neglected to tell him, hey, make sure that they also include the large pizza. We had gotten a large pizza for the majority of us to share, and then a small pizza for the person who doesn't like the Hawaiian pizza that we had ordered. We get all the way out to our friend's house, and we realize they forgot the large pizza. They gave us the wings, they gave us the small pizza, but they neglected to give us the large pizza, and it was on our receipt. So Mom calls, and I had gone to the bathroom because I had to go by the time we get to the friend's house, right? And they realize this while I'm in the bathroom. So they come out and they're like, or I come out and they're like, Donna, bad news. You're not going to be able to eat unless you want to eat a salad, which we know you're not a fan of, wings, which we know you're not a fan of, or some of this really, really small personal-sized pizza. And so Mom's on the phone with the pizza place, and we decided, you know what, rather than going half an hour, I'll get something after because I'm still full from lunch anyway. And they ended up giving us a refund. Like, well, not necessarily refund, but they said, we'll credit you the cost of that pizza, and then we'll give you a large pizza the next time you guys come. So next Friday, we get a large pizza. Or next time we go to our friend's house, we get a large pizza. And so that'll be good. That'll be good. So I ended up just having some cereal because I had gotten lunch late because yesterday was so busy. I got my hair cut and then rushed back home for the collab stream, and then after the collab stream I had to get ready to go bowling. And so then from bowling we had like 10 minutes to drop off stuff, get a quick drink of water, and then we were out the door again. And so I was out a majority of the day yesterday, and so I didn't really get a whole lot of time to, I grabbed a quick ham and cheese sandwich at the house after getting finished with the collab stream, and that was it. Until we got to the bowling alley and I had a grilled cheese. So I had lunch much later in the day than I normally do, and so I was still full, so it worked out pretty good. It worked out just fine for me to not eat, and I enjoyed some amaretto cherry ice cream at our friend's house. So I just had dessert first, and then I had some cereal when we got home, and it was perfect. I didn't feel like I overate or anything like that, so it was good. Catching up on chat. So funny story, the meatballs have cream cheese in them, so it muted the spice, so you'd give them a 2 out of 10. You actually added extra buffalo sauce to this and made it like a 4. Okay, that I can get behind. As long as the cream cheese mutes the spice and makes it about a 2 to maybe 4 tops on my spice scale, I could probably do it. How's it going, Captain America? How you doing? How you doing? Glad to have your school stuff out of the way, Soul. I feel you. I am taking today off of D&D because I have 2 more assignments to go. I had to get 2... I have to draw a picture of a motherboard and explain all the different parts of the motherboard. And then I need to look at my computer memory and all that stuff as well for a discussion that we're doing. And so it's gonna be good. So I'm taking today off because we're also getting our flooring redone next week. And so it's gonna be one of those things. I need to help get that going. I need to get the assignments done, and then I'm babysitting tonight, so gonna be doing that. You could get me the pizza? There we go, Dave, there we go. You prefer boneless for the convenience and simplicity, just want the meat and nothing else, but then again, bone-in can be tasty depending on how it's cooked. That is true. I don't like that feeling of having to cut around the bone. Because I'm always worried that something is going to get wasted, or I'm not going to be able to tell where the bone is, depending on how thin the bone is. And so I'm just like, you know what? Just have somebody else do all the work for me. And get the bone out. And then we'll be fine. And yes, Captain America, I did get your refund. Thank you so much. And hope that life is treating you well. Hope that you're doing well and just enjoying the life that God has given you. You always try to get the hottest wings. See, that's my dad and my sister. My dad and my sister are the spice gurus. My mom used to be, and then spice started messing with her stomach, and so now she's not as, like, she's more the, let's get honey barbecue. And so, whereas I've gotten to the point that I can handle Famous Dave's sweet and zesty sauce, and I can also handle the rich and sassy. But most, like, anything hotter than about like that, probably a little too spicy, except for tteokbokki. And the only reason I can handle tteokbokki is because it is a punch of spice and then your mouth is fine. I just don't like that mouth on fire feeling. You going back in time and swiping the pizza, oh my gosh, that reminds me. And you prefer boneless wings too? Yes, see? Not alone. And yes, Dave, you are famous. Oh, by the way, while we're talking, and I will get to my story about swiping pizza, I'm going to start up a poll. I've got it ready to go. I need your guys' help to decide what we should play today. I figure a cozy game for Slow Start Saturday. And so you guys get to decide what we're going to play today. Gonna switch to desktop? Alright, because I was about to call you out, dude. I was about to call you out and say, get back here. But yes, so this was about 5-ish years ago. I was in the academy at my current workplace, and we went out on a geography tour of our county, and we decided to stop at the same pizza place I order from every week, right? For lunch. So we get there, we order our food, and our driver, who is one of our on-the-floor supervisors, he orders a salad and a pizza. Now bear in mind, this is a simple cheese pizza that he's ordered. So we get there, and we're waiting. Most of our food has been delivered. We're nomming on our food. And we realize, wait a minute. We saw his salad come, but we never saw his pizza come. Are we crazy or did he order pizza? And so we ask him, we're like, hey, didn't you order a pizza? And this guy is very soft-spoken. So in his little soft voice, he goes, yeah, I did. I think they forgot about me. And one of my friends goes, nope, not okay. And she stands up, starts making her way towards the kitchen, and she looks, and one of the waitresses happened to come by at that exact moment. And she's like, hey, this guy ordered a cheese pizza and he never got it. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And they go back. 2 minutes later, they're back with his cheese pizza. But it was just like the fact that he was like willing to not get something he had paid for rather than be like, hey, you forgot my pizza. Because like I could see being a little nervous because honestly, I wouldn't necessarily be as confident and blunt as, well, not blunt, although she could be blunt. What's the word I'm looking for? Confident and I guess outspoken? As this person was, I would probably be more the, hey, I ordered a pizza, could I get it please? You know? Versus the, this man ordered a pizza, please bring it. You know? And so, but it was just the fact that he was just like, yeah, I think they forgot about me. And we felt so bad. We're like, dude, why didn't you say anything? So yeah, that was my story about pizza nearly being swiped / forgotten. So don't forget to vote in the poll. And let's go ahead and dive into our Valentine's Day devotional from Experiencing God. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get the page and the bookmark ready for tomorrow because that is what I always like to do. Now this one is called Relentless Love. Then the Lord said to me, go again, show love to a woman who is loved by another man and is an adulteress, just as the Lord loves the Israelites. Hosea 3:1. No human can comprehend God's love for his children. Our limited experience of human love hinders us from understanding God's unconditional love for us. We can see a picture of this love in the life of Hosea. Hosea was a righteous man, but God told him to marry a sinful woman. Hosea obeyed and took Gomer as his wife. He cherished her and treated her with dignity and respect. Never before had Gomer experienced this kind of love, but she soon grew dissatisfied. She began giving her affections to other men. She became so involved in adulterous pursuits that finally she abandoned Hosea altogether. Other men used her until she had nothing left to give. Then they sold her into slavery. After this, God gave Hosea an amazing command: go and buy her back. Despite the intense pain and hurt that Gomer had inflicted on him, God told Hosea to forgive her and to pay any price to bring her back into his home. God's message is clear. When we reject him and turn our devotion elsewhere, our rejection carries the same pain as an adulterous betrayal. After all God has done for us, it is incomprehensible that we should reject him. It is even harder to fathom that God could love us even after we have rejected, ignored, and disobeyed him. Yet God's love is completely different from ours. His love follows us to the depths of our sinfulness until he has reclaimed us. His love is undaunted when we run from him, and he continues to pursue us. What incredible love he has demonstrated to us. Right? Hosea devotional for Valentine's Day is awesome because they're right. Hosea is a picture. He is a picture of the love that God has for us. He pursues Gomer when most people would have just been like, you know what? If you don't want to be with me, I'm not going to force you. And you go do your thing. And it's so easy when we've been hurt and betrayed, especially as many times as we've betrayed and disobeyed God, for somebody to be like, no, I'm not gonna. You've shown me your true colors. So you go do your thing. And so it's perfect that we're reminded on Valentine's Day of the love that God has for us, that unconditional agape love. That love that says no matter what you do, no matter where you go, no matter what, I will love you. And that is a beautiful, beautiful picture for this Valentine's Day of that unconditional love. And I hope that today, whether you are single or married or dating, that you, or engaged, that you feel that unconditional love. Because I know that today can be difficult for those of us who are single, for those of us who feel like, oh man, everybody else is going to be going out with their significant others today and I'm going to just be at home. Everybody else is going to be, eating all the chocolates and getting flowers and I'm going to be home alone. But those of us that are single, I hope that we can rest in the love that God has for us. That we can, even in those painful moments, because Valentine's Day can be that painful reminder of we're alone, where we don't necessarily have anybody to share Valentine's Day with. But at the same time, we do, because we have God. We can say, God, you are my Valentine every single day. That's you. Your unconditional love is all I need. And some days that's harder than others to have that acceptance. Believe me, I've been there. Believe me, I have been there where that has been hard to accept, where I felt like everybody else has somebody, when is it my turn? And if I'm being honest, there are days where those thoughts still come. And that is normal and that is human. It is human because we are designed and wired for relationship. So it's natural. It's natural for us to want that. Oh, I guess we get to do a tiebreaker vote. Hold on. Got another 10 minutes on the clock. There we go. All right. Singles Awareness Day falls on Sunday this year, but at least you get to celebrate with Jesus and half-price chocolate. That is true. That is true. So tomorrow is Singles Awareness Day? Somehow I thought it was always on. Oh, it's an unofficial holiday that's celebrated on February 15th. Oh, okay. And in a way that does make sense because of, like you said, Soul, the half-price chocolate. That is a good point. I hadn't even thought about that. I somehow thought that I somehow thought it was one of those things where it was like you could kind of choose whether you wanted to say it was Valentine's Day or Singles Awareness Day. Also, for those of us in Arizona, happy Statehood Day! Happy Statehood Day! Because it is our birthday! But yeah, like you said, we get to celebrate with Jesus, the best Valentine ever. And so I hope that all of us feel that unconditional love today. I hope that all of us feel that relentlessly pursuing love that some would call reckless, because who willingly puts themselves in a situation where they know that they're going to be hurt again and again and again and again? God does. And so to some, that could be considered reckless, which is where that song, "Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God" comes from, is because to some, that is reckless. We don't consider it reckless because we know his heart and his mind. But to some, that could be considered reckless. But it is relentless. And I hope that we can focus on that today. Aw, thank you, Captain America! Thank you. That is something I think I needed to hear today. Thank you so much. It took a long time to get to this place. It really did. It took a long time for me to realize what God wanted to show me. And it was one of those things where, like, I used to blame myself for my lack of relationship. I used to be like, there must be something I'm not doing right. There must be, something God is trying to change in me or strengthen in me to make me more like him before I'm ready. It was very me-centric. And I woke up one day and I was hit over the head with, "Donna, you realize there's two people in a relationship, right?" And I was like, whoa, mind blown, you're right. He could just as easily be working with the guy and getting him ready. It could be both of us that need work and to get closer to God before we're ready. And so, it could be. It could be like there are two people in a relationship, It's like, and so that realization really was eye-opening for me. And I was like, whoa. and then it kind of just became this mindset from there of, all right, God, if you're working in me, you're working in me. Help me to see that. And if it's him, help me to be patient. And, there are things I could do differently. Like, I can get out of the routine that I'm in, because I do have a lot of routine in my life. I have my work week is work, home, whatever that evening has in store. And it's usually the same thing, like the gym 1 or 2 nights a week, choir rehearsal once a week, Awana once a week, Bible study twice a week, outside of my personal Bible time. And I could stand to get out of that routine and shake that up a little bit, because at the end of the day, that old mantra of he's not gonna just plop onto your doorstep is true. Like that old saying of you can't just sit on your butt and expect God to drop the guy or girl on your doorstep is true. But by the same token, it's like you have to be willing to let God lead And I've had to learn that a lot. You think it's also so that people who aren't singles can have their day, but you thought the same as me for a long time. And to be fair, Valentine's Day can feel like Singles Awareness Day, so in that sense, the 14th makes sense too. And that is true. That is true. Hey, how's it going, Joe boy? In your mind, it's a 2-day event? I can get behind that. I can totally get behind that, Soul. Sniped that one before you could get it? Heck yeah! I was like, you know what? I think he's still transitioning over to desktop, so let's go ahead and snipe that one. You've been impressed with how much I'm able to accomplish while holding down a full-time job? Thank you, Soul! There are days where I do feel kind of run down, and so I do need to be better about rest. But at the same time, I'm like, you know what? I need, I'm one of those that I am so extroverted that I need all that stuff that I'm, not necessarily need, but I thrive in the busyness. And so I think the study that the young adult group is we're doing a study called Having a Merry Heart in a Martha World. So in other words, in a world that thrives on productivity and says you need to be doing stuff, you need to meet this standard that would burn most people out. Because think about it, Martha had these at least 12, if not 70 people working, just drop in, and she's like, crap, I've got to get my house clean, I've got to get food cooked, I've got to make sure that I've got enough water and all the other stuff that these guys are gonna need. And here's Mary sitting at his feet. What? Mary, help me. And when you see that, you're kind of thinking, oh yeah, I could totally see myself in that, because I do have some perfectionistic tendencies. I do have that I need to be productive mindset that comes from the world that we live in. But at the same time, we can learn from Mary and her heart of, yeah, I know that all this needs to get done, but Jesus is here and I want to spend time with him. You've been on desktop but went to lurk, and when you're mod lurking, you peek in from time to time to check because friendshipping, you're like, whoa dang! Right? Oh, you switched over right as I started the original poll. Gotcha. You're too drained to function and can hardly manage half, and you're like, how does Donna do it? Comes to mind more times than you can count. Aww. A lot of times, it is simply a case of I have to know when to say no to certain things. Like today, I'm having to say no to D&D so I can get schoolwork done and help, figure out, get the house ready for getting flooring redone downstairs. It's balancing stuff like slow periods at work and using that time to check things off the to-do list. And so a lot of times it's that, and just figuring out when to say yes, when to say no. Because honestly, I say yes way more times than I probably should. And so it's a lot sometimes, and so it's a lot trying to make sure that I'm not saying yes to too many things, and being willing to say no when I can and need to. Kitty! How's it going? You contributed 100 channel points to that? That is amazing! How are you doing? So it's gonna be Disney Dreamlight Valley today. Sounds like it. You and Yael were talking about it the other day and agreed that there is something to be said about the help and support that family can provide. Living alone is not for the faint of heart or the broke. Exactly, and I think that's a lot of why, other than cost of living today, which is a big, big part of it, there's also the living alone aspect. There's the would I do okay with that? It's one of those things where I'm like, if I'm being honest, it's more so I don't think I can make the monthly payments, because I have enough during the week that I would be able to, have those extrovert moments. But at the same time, I do need to be able, I do like the idea of having a roommate. And so, it's one of those things that if the right person were to come along who was able to make ends meet, and if the price of the house was right, and that's the big thing, is the price of the house right? Could I make that monthly payment even if that roommate wasn't there? That's the big thing. Because with roommates, you never know. One day they can be there, and the next they'll be like, oh hey, XYZ happened, and now I'm moving. Or XYZ happened, and, I gotta move back home. Or XYZ happened, I need to find another job. Like all this other stuff that can happen, and I need to be able to make ends meet even without a roommate. To me, that is the financially wise decision, is to find a house that I can afford on my own, if needed. Showers make you sore, but otherwise it's your Sabbath day, so no chores to do. Nice! I love it! I had every intention of keeping Friday as my laundry day. But yesterday was just so back to back busy that I'm like, you know what? I can't today. So again, this is where stacking chores kind of comes in handy. So while laundry's going, I'll be helping move stuff upstairs. Or while laundry's going, I'll be drawing a picture of a motherboard. That kind of a thing. So that I'm not just wasting time. I'm getting the most bang for my buck. One of the reasons you prefer to buy versus rent. I mean, in a way that does make sense. Part of me wants to rent only because I'm not sure how long I'll stay there, because for all I know, God's plan could be that in the next year I meet the guy, and then I would have to, I would likely end up moving into his house if he had one. And so to me, it's easier to, if I know I'm going to be there only a short amount of time, to rent versus buy and try to sell. But at the same time, who knows? Maybe the guy would move in to my place after we get married, or I could rent out that other house. Who knows? And so there's also a lot of other pros to buying, but at the same time there's some pros to renting as well. And so I kind of go back and forth, if I'm being totally honest, as far as what would be the best route for me to go personally. But you guys, let's go ahead and switch over into a time of prayer. I am loving this conversation, and we can keep this going. But I would love to know your prayer requests and how I can pray for you. I would love to have you either just put it in chat or use that one channel point redemption. Please pray for me. And then that'll put it both here and up here. And that way I'm guaranteed not to miss it. But I ask that you guys just please, I would love to join you in praying. And let's go ahead and do that. Dear God, thank you so, so much for who you are, your relentless, unconditional love for us. I ask that you just be with each and every person here, and if today is a hard day for that person, I ask that you just wrap them in your love, that you make your presence feel so strong in their home that it's undeniable. I ask that you be with each and every person here, Lord. I ask that you be with Captain America, with Kitty, with Soul, with Dusty, with Tie-Dye Chef Dave, with anybody who's lurking, Lord. I ask that you be with them. I pray over Tie-Dye Chef Dave and his job search, that you just put the right job in his path, Lord. Guide and direct him in that, Lord, and just help him be able to find the job that you have called him to do. I ask that you just continue to have him press into you, Lord, and lean on you, and just have a desire to study your word every single day. I ask that for each and every person here, Lord, that you just impress that desire to spend time with you, both in personal Bible study and in prayer, Lord. I ask that you be with Soul and her dad, Lord. Help her as she's going through these classes to be able to make the program work the way it's supposed to make the drawings that she needs to make, and to grow in understanding exactly what she needs to know to be successful in this field. Be with her dad's health. Help the biopsy next month to reveal some answers, Lord. I ask that you just give peace in the meantime. And Lord, be with her driving. I ask that you just help her driving anxiety get down to a more tolerable level, Lord. Be with Kitty and just help her to be able to enjoy this Sabbath day. And Lord, I pray for all of us that we can rest in your Sabbath, Lord. That you show us what Sabbath looks like. I pray for Lotu, that you be with her family, Lord. Help her and her family, Lord, and just be with her little baby girl, and just touch and heal her body and give them a miracle, Lord. Be with STL, be with his headaches, and just help him to recover from this mini stroke that he had. I ask that you give answers behind the reason for these constant headaches that he's experiencing, Lord. Just keep him relying on you, Lord, and give the doctors wisdom. I ask that you be with Just a Little Spark and her family, Lord. They have an unspoken, and I ask that you just be with them. Be with Kishu and her family and their unspoken as well, Lord. I ask that you be with Aylin as well and her family's unspoken. And anybody who needs to come to know you, Lord, that you soften hearts and open minds. Be with my co-workers. Be with my friend B. Just soften hearts that need to be softened. Open minds that need to be opened. I ask, Lord, that you be with my family's unspoken, Lord, that you just move mountains and soften hearts. I thank you, Lord, that Soul's dad's heart is doing well. I ask that continues. Lord, I just ask that you be with anybody who needs your healing touch from illness or injury, Lord. I ask that you be with anyone who needs your help mentally, Lord, with any mental health issues. Be with Dusty. Be with the Guthrie family. Be with Galaxy. Be with Catherine Naomi. Be with Bearded Beowulf and Legend of Zyro. Be with Mad Mama's Farm. I ask that you be with Pastor Dustin and just anybody who needs your presence today, Lord. Give us a fun time of fellowship, and in your name I pray. Amen. All right. We are going to switch over. Let me get the category. Ah, you voted for American Truck Simulator to participate and keep things interesting. Hey, hey! Let's see. Let us view the results. Aha! Hey, how's it going, Nug? I hope you're doing well. Let's get Disney Dreamlight Valley up and running because that unfortunately for Soul beat. Oh, okay, you didn't have any actual preference because it was 3-2. Disney got 3 and American Truck Simulator got 2. So let's see here. I need to go to my game capture. Dreamlight Valley. Let's go to the game screen. Parfaitement. There we go. We have Lady and the Tramp now, guys. Making your morning rounds, saying hello to your fellow brothers and sisters before you get your day started. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that, and I hope that you're doing well. What does the day have in store for you, Nug? I hope that it is a fantastic day, that you have some fun stuff planned in the midst of any busyness. I don't want to necessarily do any dream teams. Yeah, there was a you're just glad there was a decisive victory. You go live soon, and then you got church and errands to run. Nice! That's always fun. Let's take a look at what we got here as far as what do you think you're going to be covering at church today, Nug? What is the message going to be about? Oh, we don't even really have any quests that we're working. Okay, so we need to use Scrooge's sign to unlock Daisy's house. We also need to chat with Merlin. So now the question is, A, where is Merlin? B, do we have enough space for Daisy's house? I kind of want to put Daisy's house down here by Donald. Probably something about love because Valentine's Day. I love it! Let's see. Where's our new... Got our cute nightstand. Now I need to know... I need to remember because it's been a while. Alright, Merlin is... There he is. He's up there. Okay. But I need to remember how to get Sounds good, Nug. God bless you too. May you have an amazing and productive day. May church go well, and I look forward to hearing all about it, and I hope the stream goes well too. I'm trying to remember how to... how to get... Or did I already put down Daisy's house? Maybe that's why. Okay, because I don't have enough.
Oh, greetings, neighbor. Oh,
It is a sound investment, but let's go ahead and sell some stuff because I do need quite a bit. You know what? Let's not do that. Because I can always get more of the generic stuff. There we go. So now I can go ahead and let's do that. Let's get Daisy's house going. Ah! Let's welcome Daisy to our beautiful valley. Because she is fairly close to Donald, so that'll work. Oh, there we go. And then... let's do that. I do want to submit. Let's go ahead and save to the gallery while I figure out how to submit dream snaps. And then I'm going to go talk with Merlin. Because I need to talk with Merlin. Where is... where is he? Okay, so he's up that way. Maybe he's up in the... is he up in the valley? Nope, he is in the... oh, he's inside Chez Remy. That's where he is. Ah, my friend. Ah, Donna, I am in need of your particular expertise. You see, I'm conducting research into matters of the heart and require a few supplies. Would you be so kind as to bring me a quantity of empty vials and dream shards?
Outstanding! I could
better myself.
Alright, let us track this quest. Do we have... We have the dream shards, we just need the empty vials.
Must everyone here be so... And now what's the word?
Yeah, Scar. Yeah. Let's use this and see if we have the empty shards. Oh, empty vial. Okay, so we need 3 pieces of glass. Okay. 3 pieces of glass each, which means I need 15 pieces of glass. So now the question is... Crafting glass. Where to find it is in the Forgotten Lands. Okay, so now Forgotten Lands, that's Frosted Heights, Forest of Valor, Dazzle Beach, Sunlit Plateau. Okay, so Forgotten Lands is all the way up here. Just past the Sunlit Plateau. Okay. So now the question is... Do we have enough to unlock it? We do not.
Well, hello. Thank you. For
We
very
need
kind.
much more Dreamlight. So in the meantime, why don't we talk to Daisy?
Huh?
The forgetting has strong ties to the old ruler, which is you, am I right? How did you know? You just got back. I'm a professional. Now, after all my adventuring and investigating, I'm ready to settle back into valley life and help make this place sparkle again. And in that spirit, let's go inside my house. I have something marvelous to show you.
Is just too adorable.
My friends, the trolls, would love you.
Mother Gothel just doesn't even talk to me anymore. We've got an ad break coming up, so we will take a pause once the ad break hits.
Oh, it's you.
Fabulous! You're here! There are a couple of things I think I should remind you of. Before the forgetting, you had a place where you shared your amazing creativity and personal style. It was called The Boutique, a shop filled with stylish custom creations for everyone. That sounds amazing. It really was. I loved it and I was determined to protect it. So when the forgetting started, I went to see someone who makes dreams come true. Dreams come true? I'm not sure I've met this villager yet. Don't worry, things are getting better every day. I'm sure you will soon. Anyway, she used her magic to shrink the boutique and make it pocket-sized. I hid it here in my house for safekeeping. And today's the day I finally get to give the boutique back to you. Don't we need to make it big again? I can't just eat a cookie and make myself small. Of course you can't, silly. But you can make the boutique bigger with a Wonderland amplification elixir. What are the ingredients? The recipe mentions dream shards, carrots, topaz, and white daisies. Once you've crafted the Wonderland amplification elixir, you can apply it to your royal watering can. Alright, you guys, we will be right back after this ad break. Alright, you guys, let's go back to the game screen. Thank you guys for sitting through those ads with me. So we need to make this Wonderland elixir, and then we have just enough to water the boutique.
Oh,
When that's done, just take it and place it in the valley.
You know, the village could use a little more excitement. Well, look who it is.
Isn't it a fabulous day?
Ah,
If I had to describe the valley in one word, what would it be? Magical.
don't be a stranger.
So we'll need to get more dream shards because we have just enough for one or the other. And then we need carrots. We need topaz and we need white daisies. So let's go ahead and buy some carrots. Let's go ahead and grow. Let's go ahead and grow some carrots. And get that going. And then we need to go looking for some topaz and some white daisies. Oh no, all of my let's see, maybe if I water it'll come back to life? Okay, that works. Okay. I'm like, I thought they died! I totally thought for sure that they had died. Alright, so there's one.
I happen to be the world's
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then let's go ahead and plant multiple. Come on, I'm holding E.
Why does morning have to be so early?
I ask myself that every day, Scar. There we go. We need carrots, we need topaz. So let's go ahead and get this out.
Pleasant morning to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Merlin. Alright. And then we need eventually to get white daisies. Oh, I almost got them all. Almost got them all. Alright, so we got 2 topaz, they're the yellow. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Alright. No, we don't want to fast travel. I'm gonna go ahead and head back to my house.
Kind of relieved there are so many nice people here.
Use that to let me recharge my energy. And then I need to find out if I've found any white daisies. Because if I've found any white daisies, then that tells me where to find them. Peaceful Meadow. Okay. And let's check our mail while we're here. Alright, we've read both of those now. Let's go ahead into... This is the peaceful meadow, so let's take a look around for white daisies. White daisies, where are you? You got a memory! Aww. Alright, so now... Where are the white daisies hiding? Hey, how's it going, Mad Mamas? How was work today? We're just playing some Disney Dreamlight Valley today. We are attempting to find some white daisies here in the peaceful meadow.
Oh, Naveen would just love it here.
There we go. Work was a lot today. Glad it's just 2-hour shifts. Oh, man. Oh, good. We found white daisies. Yeah, I can definitely understand where that would be a lot. Even in 2-hour bursts, you know? 'Cause sometimes it just happens to be that way. And you're like, oh my goodness, today there was just a lot going on at work. And that's understandable. Sometimes those 2-hour shifts can feel like 10-hour shifts. Get myself reoriented on the board. There we go. Now, the question is... Topaz is found only pretty much in the plaza. Okay. Had only 5 kids, 1 4-month-old, 1 toddler, 1 kindergartner, and the oldest was a lot part of the day. Oh, man. I can totally understand that. Because sometimes it's the ones, like, at that age, they can just have so much energy that you're like, what do I do with all this energy? How do I help them use that energy constructively? And then sometimes it seems like there's really no constructive way to help them use that energy. And that can be frustrating. And especially when it's such a wide age range, that can make it even harder sometimes. Hey, hey! Nope, we only have... I thought we had all of that topaz that we needed. What's our inventory looking like? Oh, because it can't be a shiny topaz. It has to be a regular topaz. Okay. Interesting. Let's go back to our place, get our energy remade. And then we gotta keep an eye out for carrots that we're growing. And in the meantime, let's collect that as far as dream shards. Let's collect that because we need to get 15,000 dreamlight. Let's go catch some seafood. What are some of the... Let's go, yeah, let's just go do some fishing. So what does everybody have planned the rest of the day, with it being Valentine's Day and all that? There we go. Oh. My timing was way off. There we go. Hey, we caught a cod. Not Maui, just like throwing his hook on top of me. A blue herring. And a cod.
Why did I have to make mornings so
There we go. I ask myself that every day, Maui. I really do. And then let's take a look at what Moana has for us. There we go. Alright, now let's go take a look at our... Ooh, nice! We can go plant some corn.
Morning.
Hello! There we go. Perfect. And then we need to go to the actual plaza up here. And peer in. Oh, I thought I had caught 3 seafood, but I guess it needs to be... I guess it needs to be a, like a shrimp or lobster or something like that. Okay, that's fine. We can do that. 4 rocks in the Forest of Valor and prepare a 3-star meal or better. And we can change our outfit. That's totally something we can make happen. Let's see. Clothing sets. No plans for Valentine's Day, but you suppose you have enough romancy visual novels content to play through if you really wanted to celebrate. This is very, very true. Which one do you think you would go with? I'm gonna go with the plain turquoise and the navy blue. Alright, so now the question is... let's go ahead and do... I for inventory. There we go. Wardrobe. Tops. So now the question is, why can I not... I just meant more like, no matter how many visual novels you have, whether 1, 2, or 1,000, they have so much content in them that you could easily make a day out of it. Because I only have 2 visual novels and there's plenty of content for me to make a day out of it. The delivery and timing of it was funny? Okay. Okay, as long as you found it funny and not, you know. Okay, come on. Why can I not? Oh, it might be because I... yeah, that's what it is. Okay. So I need to take off the hat. And the coat. There we go. We'll collect that. We'll have a daily discussion. Oh, okay, so Goofy might give us some coins for it. Okay, so it's not something that we necessarily need. Okay, that's good to know. You took it in stride, and I'm right. With how much variety there is, we could easily make a day out of it. Exactly! Well, I'm glad that you took it in stride. Because that was the intent, was mostly just to make sure that, you know, it was more just the, no matter how many you have, you can make a day out of it. Let's see, where's our last topaz? But honestly, that's what makes visual novels kind of fun, is that you get so much bang for your buck. Perfect. Okay. So now we can craft that, but first
Perfect day for it.
let's go mine some rocks up here in the Forest of Valor, because we need to do that for our dailies. Let's see here. I know there's one near here. Haha, there it is. There's two. Paching, paching, paching. Where are any more rocks to mine? Are there any more rocks to mine? Here in the Forest of Valor. It's not looking like it. Aha! Perfect. And I think we just need one more. Let's see. Yep, we've got 3 out of 4. So we just need one last rock. We just need one of the rocks to reform. And then we should be fine. Don't necessarily need the blueberries. You know what? We'll just kind of chill here a minute. Can I talk to Ariel from here? Yay!
Hi.
Let us have one of our daily conversations.
Oh.
Next question is a little more difficult. How many sisters do I have? 6. 6 older sisters. Aquata, Adrena, Arista, Atina, Adela, and Alana. And Ariel.
Oh.
Of gizmos and thingamabobs and all sorts of stuff. Do you know what the things in my collection have in common? They're all things found on land.
Ah.
Your voice. The very last one. The name of the human was Eric. Oh, she's so happy that we know so much about her.
Goodbye.
Because we're not quite friendship level enough, I don't think, to have... Oh, I see. We need to unlock Minnie and then level up the friendship to level 7. Okay. Alright, well, let's run over this way. Because I think I have just enough energy to mine one last rock, and then I'll have to go back to my house. There we go, there's our last rock. There we go, we mined some emeralds. Alright, so now let's run back to our house. And while we're there, we'll craft the elixir. And then, once we craft the elixir, we'll go back to Daisy. And eventually we'll get to where we'll, we will go fish for some seafood. So this is my nice little living room slash kitchen. As you come in over to the left is the bedroom. And it is a huge bedroom. Very empty. We've got a nice little storage area, a nice little light. We have a couch to sit on, our little dresser. And then over here, we have our crafting room. So like kind of like a little office slash craft room. And so that's kind of cool. There we go. Oh, so we don't need any more Dream Shard. We have plenty. Okay. So it's more so the glass that we need. You know what? Let's not. Let's make some good use out of the shards that we already have. That's my thought anyway. Okay, so use the one that's in your inventory. Okay. Water the boutique in Daisy's house. Okay. So down to Daisy's house we go. Now the question is... Alright, so that looks like my boutique, so why am I not able... Ah, there we go. Let's pick it up. Which we did. Now, place the boutique in the valley. I kind of want it near my house. Hey, how's it going, treasure chest? Hope you're doing well. Let's put the boutique here, I think. Am I not able to put it there, I wonder? Because I kind of want it near my house if possible. Because that would be kind of cool if my boutique was near my house.
This village smells.
You know what? Let's take a look here. Going to the bank, then gonna have a discussion with Fire from Lux and work on your Bible study for tomorrow with your friend, and then later going rock climbing. And yes, we do need to plan some Doctor Who time, because that would be amazing. Especially if we can go back to the 10th Doctor. That would be fantastic! Let's see, how to place buildings in Dreamlight Valley. Let's take a look. Because I cannot remember, so I need to Google. Oh, open inventory, select furniture. And then the boutique. You've broken another plate this week? Oh man. Hopefully that means maybe that you'll have more time. Okay, so that's the front there. So I want... I kind of want the front... to be like that. Let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll go inside. You'll be taking a break from doing one study with your friend that you do via phone call on Mondays. Okay. Well, that's a definite step in the right direction. Like, it's one of those things where, you know, if you, like, it's great to have a whole lot of different times that you're spending in the Word. But at the same time, it's also important to realize there are only so many hours in a day. You know what I mean? Oh, there's Daisy.
Oh, it's you!
And now we get to make our own creations, which, knowing me and my clothing, my lack of design knowledge, it's gonna be interesting. Part of me wants to go, but I have no sense of taste. I guess I'll go with this is a dream come true.
Rise and shine, everyone.
Okay. We can do that. Okay, so I guess let's interact here. Okay, never mind. So now the question is... You'll still do your study with your friend on Sunday afternoons with a few other studies, just trying to have time to just rest and have time to just rest and be with you, be you, and have some you time to rest and recharge, and that's important. And I hope that you get to be a part of the prayer team. You would be a fantastic addition to the prayer team. So now the question is, how do we design clothes? That is the big question. But for now, you know what? Let's just see if there's anything. We don't necessarily need furniture. Don't need fence and paving. Yeah, we're good on all of those. So it's not something that we craft. Let's go do some fishing and see if we can find some sea creatures. Ooh, or maybe we'll see if we can make a 3-star or better meal. Let's do that while we're here. Let's use that. We need something that's 3-star or better. That we have all of the ingredients for. Here we go. Let's go with the seafood soup. Sounds good. You have a fantastic day. I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful time chatting with Fire. Hey, how's it going, Lady Foes? Hope you're doing well.
Streamer, look at chat. Look at chat, streamer. Streamer, chat, streamer.
Streamer. Look at chat. How's your day going? Happy Valentine's Day. Any fun plans? We're just chilling with some Dreamlight Valley for a little bit.
Well, I
I'm thinking we're gonna head on down to the beach. And we're gonna try and catch some seafood. There we go. We need that. And then that. And then that. And we caught a shrimp. Ooh, we got another thing. Another blue. There we go. Perfect. And another shrimp. We caught 3 seafood. Alright, bring 2 gifts. Okay. So let us chat with Maui. Got something to give ya. Let's give him our seafood. And let's give him... Let's give him our shiny topaz.
Perfect day for a picnic.
There we go. We got our 2 gifts. We can feed a raccoon, harvest 3 coconuts. So coconuts are right here. Pet our companion. Whoop. No, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to skip it. Let's see, serve a meal in the restaurant. We can do that.
Time to prepare today's menu.
We can do that for sure. Or at least try to. We can see what they've got. See what they want us to make. A shake. Alright, we can try and make a shake. So all it needs is, looks like some milk. And then whatever we want to put in it. Oh, it's too expensive. Well, okay. So we're gonna have to go to Goofy's little stand. We'll go to the one that's up in the... We'll go to the one that's up in the Valley of Peace, or Forest of Valor, actually. We'll go up to this one because it feels like it's closer. And then let's just go ahead and sell off a bunch of our common items. Alright. There we go. Alright, so there's that. So now we can go down to the restaurant and we can make his little shake. But what I want to do before I go there is I want to get the bushes and I want to make sure that I have some berries. There we go. There we go. Now let's make sure we need one of those. Let's use it. Let's scroll down here to shake. And we'll start cooking. Making a berry shake. And then I have your order. There you go. We just leveled up our friendship. It's good. Thank you. Sell 5 fruits, plant 5 vegetables, feed a raccoon.
I wonder what sort of special ingredients grow here.
Technically, I've already done that. Alright, so technically, let's see. Let's look down where the raccoons are. How's your day going, lady foes? So happy to see you! We are trying to find the raccoon's very sleepy Stitch. Hey, how's it going, Mountain? You haven't been sleeping that well. You know why you're in pain, and it's apparently because you don't drink enough water, even though you drink 3 bottles a day. I guess it would depend on... Maybe it would depend on how much water is in those water bottles? I don't know. Did you pass the kidney stone? Is the kidney stone no longer an issue? Standard size? Okay, so then that should be a-okay. Let's see, we gotta find the raccoons. I think the raccoons like to hang out up here. There's one! Hey, buddy. Not a stone, it's some kind of nodule, and the only thing you can really do is Tylenol and more water, but it sure hurts like a stone. Well, hopefully that pain goes away. Oh, come on! Come on, guys! Where are you going? You're chasing each other. And I want to give you guys foods. I want to give you guys foods. That's all. Well, hopefully it's not permanent. Well, hopefully that doesn't happen. Where you're out of a job. Here's hoping the pain goes away and you're able to get back to your normal life. Oh, come on. I keep apparently I'm keeping on scaring them. Hey, Laura! Thank you guys so much for the raid! I hope you're doing well. What are you up to today? What were you up to? What were you playing today? Was it some more Sims 4? Come on, where, oh where? Oh, just chatting, nice! That's always a fun type of stream. Why can I not approach you? Mr. Raccoon! What all did you guys talk about? Just chatting streams are always fun. And that's understandable, Mountain. And I completely and 100% agree. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that I can't hope and pray that it goes away. I'm good. We're playing a little Dreamlight Valley. Might do a little crochet here in a little bit. But we're attempting right now to feed a raccoon. It's not saying approach. Alright, see you guys. We'll see you guys after ads in just a minute. I can English. Ad break starts in just a minute, you guys. We'll pause the game so you guys don't miss anything. Go to the BRB screen and go from there. Why is it not giving me approach? Because it's not so much that I'm scaring them, I think, as much as it's just them running around. I wonder if it's, Hey there, Steven! How's it going? Alright, where did these little raccoons go? Where did they want to hide this time? Ah, there's one. You don't take anything slow, you jump in with both feet? Fair enough. depending on, you know, what exactly it is, that can be the best way to do it. Sometimes it's good to take things slow, though. Alright, come on. Alright, we'll see you guys in a minute. Alright, we are back. Thank you guys for hanging out. Happy Valentine's Day, Steven. Hope that yours is going well. What is the best way to do this? And why is it not giving me an approach thing? Oh well. You know what? We're gonna give up on that for now. Let's go find Wally. Let's take a look on our map. Wally. Where is Wally? Up in Sunlit Plateau. Okay. You got a haircut earlier this morning and shaved in prep for your date with your wonderful wife. That is fantastic, Mountain. Wally. Coffee cup.
Wally.
Hey, Wally, it looks like someone made a mess of your garden. I found this coffee cup nearby. You're recreating your first date? That's so romantic. Even got the same clothes? That's so cute. Let's see. Oh, we guessed right. Stitch messed up your garden? Oh boy, I guess I'll have to find Stitch and do a badness level check. Aw, you met in Coney Island? That is so cool. So now the question is... Okay, Stitch is up in the Forest of Valor. Alright. Let's head up that way. Stitch, I just talked to Wally and it sounds like you've been causing some trouble again. Trouble? No. Goodness level very high. But Stitch not feel good. Tummy hurts. And So sleepy. You're sleepy? Why don't you take a nap? Nap? No, don't want to miss fun things. Stitch wants coffee! So take dirt from garden and make coffee. You don't make coffee out of dirt. You need coffee beans. Yeah, beans. I remember. Before forgetting, beans grow on tree. But now, no trees and no beans. Before forgetting, I put tree in spaceship for coffee to keep awake. I think the sapling might still be alive. But it's in rough shape. I guess all the night thorns strangled its roots. If we can just nurture it a little, I'll bet I could whip up some coffee for you in no time. I'll go talk to Wally about restoring this sapling to full health.
Hannah means family. Family means nobody is left behind or forgotten.
Yeah, that's right, Stitch. Nobody gets left behind or forgotten. Alright, now the question is, where's Wally? Did he go back to the Sunlit Plateau? Nope, he's down in the Pleasant Meadow.
I happen to be the world's most powerful wizard. In case you were wondering.
Wally. You've had some bad first dates, but oh boy, that one was a doozy. You were there shooting some hoops on a terrible first date with this girl and she rescued you. Aww. I figured out why Stitch was acting destructive. He misses coffee. Oh. If you could just help us nurse this plant back to health, then Stitch wouldn't be so tired and grumpy anymore. Oh. Ta-da! And what's this? A list of everything I need to know to plant the tree and get it growing again? Thanks! I'll go gather all this up and put it together at a crafting station. In the meantime, if you could just tend to the plant, I know we'll have it growing again in no time. So we need pebbles, clay, and a sack. Now, the question is... Let's see, foraging. Do I have any... Okay, so we can find them on Dazzle Beach, Forest of Valor, Sunlit Plateau, and Forgotten Lands. Okay. She was talking about herself and how what you liked was childish and juvenile. Oh. That is a rough first date. You're a kid at heart? I feel that, because I can definitely be rather kid-like myself. And there's part of me that hopes that we never lose that childlikeness. Because that childlikeness, that's part of who we are, you know? And that's okay. Let's see, we need some clay. We need pebbles, and we need a sack. The good news is there's a lot of different places where we can find what we need. Haha! We did it! boy, now it's raining. Hey, we all have our likes and dislikes as far as jokes. You still call your brother Aaron instead of Aaron? I love it. You done messed up, Aaron. We need pebbles, which should be here and in the sunlit plateau. So we've only found 2 so far, which is kind of weird. He hates it and the face he makes is hilarious. I believe it. It's one of those things you're like, it's one of those, as long as he doesn't like get super annoyed by it and you're like, you know, you respect the fact that it is something that bothers him. But yet at the same time, you're like, like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't push it, you know what I mean? Okay. We need more pebbles. Where are my pebbles? Sounds good. Sounds good, Laura. You have a fantastic day. Thank you for the hug, Steven. Sending you hugs back, and you as well, Laura. Ooh, we got clay. That'll make a bit of a difference there. You only do it every once in a while. You love your brother. He's got a heck of a brain. I believe it, because if he's as smart as you, he's definitely got one heck of a brain. So let's take a look-see here. Oh, he's in stocks. That's cool. That's definitely smarter than me, because, like, while I know how all that works, or at least I've got a basic idea of how it works, I could never do that as for a living. We all have our strengths and weaknesses, because it does take some brains to be able to be a firefighter. Takes quite a bit of brains in order to do that. We're only a 1/5 of the way there as far as pebbles are concerned. You're the good-looking one, even though we're twins. What does it take to make a sack? Let's go to a crafting station and see what it takes to make a sack. Functional items. Oh, wow, by 30 seconds. Dang. Okay, stack. There we go. We need fiber and we need soil. Okay, so I guess we could run around looking for soil. You tease him about it all the time. That's understandable.
Oh, I'll help you in any way I can. Trust me.
Oh, that's the voice of somebody I'm going to trust, right? Oh, I pulled that all the time as a kid. Drove my sister nuts. Oh, man. I mean, we're not twins or anything, but I did pull that a lot, even if it wasn't necessarily 100% true. Well, there you go. Letting him do a lot, that says a lot, you know? Yay! Pebbles! Oh, no worries. No worries at all. How's Baby Foes doing? We're just playing... Not necessarily a mean streak, Steven. More so just a mothering streak.
Look at all the great stuff I got.
He's sleeping now, so he's doing great. Well, that's good. I'm glad he's sleeping. I know sometimes it can be hard to get the little ones to sleep no matter how much they want to sleep. And that's not just anyone in particular. That's just like a general thing. Because like when I babysit, sometimes I have a hard time getting them to sleep. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me do one last that. And then, dear Lord, right now we just pray for Adiphose's childhood friend who had a heart attack last week and a stroke 2 nights ago. I ask that you just touch and heal him, help him be able to make the lifestyle changes necessary to live a better, like a fuller life and a healthier life. I ask that you just help him to recover. Let this be the wake-up call that he needs to do whatever it is he needs to do to take better care of himself, Lord. And I ask that you also comfort him and his family, as I know they're probably really stressed out. I pray over Lady Foes and Adiphos and Baby Foes that you just keep them close to you and let Baby Foes get the rest that he needs and help Addo and Lady Foes just be able to be the best parents and friends that they can be and to just keep close to you always. In your name I pray. Amen. Of course, anytime.
Good morning to you.
Let's see here. Let's go down this way, maybe? And you're on a 5-stream streak! I love it. I love it. Oh, we can't harvest that? It's harvest time. Yes, Lord. It's harvest time. Now, what do we got? Where can we find clay? That's the question, is where can we find clay? Down in the Glade of Trust, the Sunlit Plateau, and the Forgotten Lands. Gotcha. Alright. So let's head on down. When you get mad enough for your eye to twitch and that forehead vein pops out? Oh no. I believe it, and I'm sure that that doesn't happen super often. Like, I'm sure it takes a lot to get you to that point of madness. Hey, Paul the Dude, how you doing? I am doing well. Just busy, busy, busy. Because it is one of those things where I just have a lot going on these days. But at the same time, part of me says I wouldn't have it any other way. Aw, we can't jump across. You feel that in your soul? I believe it. I believe it. Thank you so much for the follow, Paul the Dude. Saw Lady Foe's name pop up in my chat first, and I looked over at my activity feed. And I'm like, but Lady Foe's has been following me for forever. "3 years, 8 months, 13 days, and 15 hours. Exactly. And that is what happens when Donna is trying to divide her attention amongst way too many things. The mountain has been following for 1 year, 4 months, 2 days, and 1 hour. Nice! Yeah, somehow I thought it was a little tiny, like maybe a month or so closer to 1.5 years. Like, I thought it was at least 1 year, 5 months, if not 1.5 years. We need clay. Where is our clay? Ooh, but we can open this and see what's in there. Ooh, and we got a memory. Ooh. Well, if you do ! follow age, that'll tell ya. That'll tell ya exactly how long it's been. And I'm just glad you're here too, Soul. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was where we met, was Bayo's stream. I'm like 99% certain about that. I'm curious. If it's raining here, I wonder... Nope, it is bright and sunny outside. I was like, I wonder if the weather in the game is reflecting the weather outside. Like, if the game somehow knows. Ooh, it's raining at your place? It's right here too, but freezing. And Lady Foe's, Soul and Inner, Lady Foe says it's raining. Soul did follow age. and says 3 years, 11 months, 5 days, 15 hours. Oh my goodness, nearly 4 years. That is craziness. Because I'm pretty sure, Soul, you were one of, like, when I started solidly doing anything, like, streaming-wise. You were one of my first. You wished I was away for Bender to see how long he was following. He's the reason that you found me. Aww. Oh, I think it's because the full name was, no, it was Bender Got Good or something like that. Let's try that. Follow age. Something went wrong while checking the follow age. Check again later. Steven's been following for 2 years, 5 months, 30 days, and 1 hour. When you go on date night with the wife, she's getting flowers and such. Aw, I love it. Let's see here. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure it was like Bender Got Good was his username. You grew the flowers yourself? That's pretty cool.
Look at all this dreamlight.
Oh, Bender got bored. That's what it was. 4 years, 2 days. I knew it was Bender Got Something. He really was one of my OGs. Now I'm curious. Good morning, Queen. How's it going? Now, Kishu is the real OG. 7 years, 2 months, 24 days, and 14 hours. Now, she was probably following before I started, like, consistently streaming. Wait, she did? Oh my goodness! I think I know who we'll be raiding to. You remember hanging out at my place when I first started streaming, right? Yeah, because I got my account about... I do remember making my account about 7-ish years ago. And I decided, at first I was just going to be... Oh, she's not? Maybe she went offline. Maybe her internet was acting up. Because I got a notification. Rough pain day, but you're okay? Aww. Well, I hope that the pain goes away. We're definitely praying for you. Followed after Vocal Duck and realizing that I'd set a more consistent schedule. Exactly! But yeah, when I first started, I mostly was just watching people. Like, I remember watching Co-Carnage, for example, when I was at Kishu's house. And then all of a sudden I was like, you know what? COVID hit, and I was like, I want to give this a try. And then I kind of got out of the habit for a while. Honestly, kind of forgot about Twitch for a little while. And then all of a sudden, I was like, you know what? When Kishu started streaming, I'll be honest, I mostly started streaming about the time that Kishu did, because I was like, oh yeah, This was something kind of fun and enjoyable that I remember doing. And my friend is doing it. I want to give it another go. And then I found that I really did enjoy it and stuck with it, especially after COVID hit, and I was like, you know what? I need something. I need some kind of outlet to talk with people. You know what I mean? You tried streaming but got burnt out? I'm doing well. It's been a busy season of life, but I wouldn't have it any other way. You know, like there are days where I'm like, I need to slow down, and I'm trying to be better about taking those slow down days. But at the same time, I'm like, you know what? Let's just enjoy this season because it's not going to last forever. You know what I mean? And this is what God has for me in this time. Matthew 21:12. And Jesus entered the temple and drove out all those who were buying and selling in the temple, and overturned the tables of the money cleansers and the seats of those who were selling doves. Deuteronomy 31:6. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or be in dread of them, for Yahweh your God is the one who goes with you. He will not fail you or forsake you. Romans 12:19. Never taking your own revenge, beloved. Instead, leave room for the wrath of God, for it is written, vengeance is mine. I will repay, says the Lord. Leviticus 19:17 and 18. You shall not hate your brother in your heart. You may surely reprove your neighbor and so not bear sin because of him. You shall not take vengeance, and you shall not keep your anger against the sons of your people, but shall love your neighbor as yourself. I am Yahweh. Combine streaming with your work schedule and kids. That is true. I can see where that would be a definite burnout kind of thing. First thing you remember was the air traffic control sim stuff I was following? Yes, when my friend Merides was streaming. Oh, she was the best ATC mom, I tell ya. She still is an awesome mom. She just doesn't have as much time for the ATC side of things anymore, unfortunately. 1 John 2:9-11. The one who says he is in the light and yet hates his brother is in the darkness until now. The one who loves his brother abides in the light, and there is no cause for stumbling in him. But the one who hates his brother is in the darkness and walks in the darkness, and does not know where he is going because the darkness blinded his eyes. Ephesians 4:25-27. Therefore, laying aside falsehood, speak truth of one of you with his neighbor, for we are members of one another. Be angry and yet do not sin. Do not let the sun go down on your anger, and do not give the devil an opportunity. Psalm 4:4. Tremble and do not sin. Ponder in your heart upon your bed, and be still. Selah. Some of the scriptures around your monitor not at all related to the convo. Exactly. Work, streaming, and kids is the reason you haven't gotten back into it, so we understand. Yeah, exactly. It's hard to balance all the things that we want to do, you know? It's hard to balance work, stream life, kids. And so that's why for me, this has always been more of a hobby. If I do get the opportunity to be a stay-at-home mom, I would love to at least work part-time. That would be my goal, is when I have kids, I want to work part-time. But it would also be good to be able to balance, you know, maybe while the kids are at school, I either work part-time or I stream more, things like that. And that's why Pastor Houston, for example, streams when he does. He streams during his work hours. He gets all of his church-related stuff done. Then he goes and does his stream. He goes home and has his family time, and he is completely, you know, poured in with his family and, you know, engaged with them. Takes the night off Discord, you know, all that stuff, and is totally engaged with family time. So he really does a great job of that work home stream balance. Ephesians 4:26. Be angry and yet do not sin. Do not let the sun go down on your anger. there's a YouTube channel that shows the funny convos that happen between the ATC and the pilots. Yes. Didn't see that one was already posted. Can't be the stay-at-home dad. You'd lose your sanity. Fair enough. Fair enough. Like, part of me, I think I would at least like to work part-time. I think that's something I would enjoy doing. So that way, I want to be able to have some time outside of the house. You know what I mean? Like, that's just my personality, is wanting something outside of the house, or maybe I switch to a work from home job, something like that. You know what I mean? Your job runs your life. Work-life balance, what's that? Something that we all need.
Humans are amazing. They discover, they create. I mean, just look at this place.
That's exactly what it is. It's something that we all need. So we need to go looking for just 5 more pebbles and then some clay. And then we gotta make a sack, which means we'll need some fiber. You don't even have sleep-work balance? I can understand that, because sometimes I stay up way too late at night and have no idea that I've done it. And work is why you don't sleep most of the time? That's understandable. No, almost. I almost had it. Just gotta get the timing right. There we go. Perfect! I will say though, last night I had the weirdest dream. I remember mostly that I want to say I was either talking on the phone or I was listening to the radio while driving. And I got off on my exit, or an exit, and I remember exactly which exit it was, but I'm not gonna say because it's one that's local to me. And I remember all of a sudden, like, as I'm approaching that exit, I realize it's super duper windy. And then as I get off on that exit, all of a sudden, I can't see anything because there's that much dust. And the last thing I remember before waking up is somebody laying on their horn. And that's literally all I remember. Is I was driving, either talking on the phone or listening to the radio, because I remember there was some kind of conversation. I got off on the exit as I'm noticing it's really windy, and then all of a sudden, big bad dust storm blocking my view of everything. Like, could not see in front of me at all. And I just had to slam on the brake. Oh yeah, it was definitely a haboob. It was definitely a haboob. Now see, the difference between a dust storm and a haboob is the intensity of it. If it's huge, that's more a haboob. If it's smaller, then it's more dust storm. Laura's in your home had a fundraising dinner last night. That's cool. How did that go? I hope it went well. What kind of food did they sell? Or I guess have, and what all was for sale?
Humans are amazing. They discover, they create.
Let's do some digging. Actually, you know what? I kind of want to go to kind of go up here and see if I can find the Lady and the Tramp one. Because they just added Lady and the Tramp. You've never experienced one, but you experienced a whiteout in Buffalo. There we go. We've got Toy Story. There's, I think, Frozen. Lion King. Monsters, Inc. Maybe Beauty and the Beast? That one's Mulan. I've never experienced a whiteout. There's Lady and the Tramp. Not sure who that one is. That one's Alice in Wonderland. That one's Aladdin.
Well, hello.
Oh, if I do that, then I don't have enough. Like, nearly enough. So we only have enough for one. So now the question is, do we want Mulan, Lady and the Tramp, or what is potentially Beauty and the Beast? Let's see if that's Beauty and the Beast. Yup, that's Beauty and the Beast.
I couldn't have done better myself.
So let's go. It was. Mushu was voiced by Eddie Murphy. That is very, very true. In the first one, anyway. In the second one, I don't think he was. Let's see. Voice cast of Mulan 2. Because I'm pretty sure it was somebody else kind of trying to imitate him, and it didn't fully end up sounding like him. Yeah, in Mulan 2, it was Mark Moseley and Marty in Madagascar. There we go. So, 1's in chat for Lady and the Tramp, 2's in chat for Mulan, 3's in chat for Beauty and the Beast. Which one do we want? We have Lady Foes, who's smashing that keyboard to get me to do Beauty and the Beast. She desperately wants. So I guess we will get to. I'm thinking, if everybody's cool with Beauty and the Beast, I am A-okay with Beauty and the Beast. That is one of my favorite movies. So, let's go ahead and go with Beauty and the Beast. He did voice Donkey in Shrek.
Well, run along now.
Let's go! We've got about 20 minutes. And then I need to raid out so that I can help around the house and get some homework done before babysitting tonight. Beauty and the Beast is a favorite of yours? Same here. Okay, so for me, my personal order as far as ranking Beauty and the Beast movies, I would say it goes 1, 2, 3. Which is interesting, because with the exception of Little Mermaid, most of the time Disney trilogies follow a 1, 3, 2 pattern in my book. Usually, in my experience, with the exception of Little Mermaid, number 1 is always, really, really good. Number 2 is kind of meh, and then number 3 is, at least B, if not A tier. Now, Little Mermaid was fantastic in and of itself. Yeah, the second one in trilogies tend to be very Exactly. And so, with the exception of Little Mermaid, because Little Mermaid I absolutely loved Little Mermaid. Little Mermaid 2 was really, really good as far as sequels go. And number 3 was it was more of a prequel. And so because of that, I'm like, you know what? Part of me is like it didn't quite, like it felt Little Mermaid-esque. But it's also been a while since I've seen it. But I remember absolutely loving number 2. Lion King 2 was also really good. And if you count Lion King 1.5 as the third in that trilogy, I would have to say, yeah, Lion King reigns supreme in terms of sequels. I agree with you there. Now, Cinderella 2 fell victim to we wanted to make a TV series, but we didn't get we didn't think it would actually work, so we're putting all the effort that we put into that, like all the episodes we've already made for the TV series, into a sequel, and we're just going to call it a sequel. And they did the exact same thing with Belle's Magical World, which lowered the quality of... So Cinderella 3 was really, really good. So Cinderella was also loved Cinderella 3, Cinderella 2 was kind of meh. Beauty and the Beast went with 1 being fantastic, 2 being pretty good, and 3 falling victim to we wanted to make a TV series and didn't. So we put all of the episodes we had made into a package deal in a VHS and tried to tie it all together with a bow. To me, anyway. But Lion King definitely reigns supreme in terms of sequels. And I think what helped is that they kind of kept the let's pick a Shakespeare play to kind of base it around and roll with it. Because Lion King 1 is very, very Hamlet-esque. Because you've got the king who is killed by his brother. So it's very, very Hamlet-esque in that respect. And they put their own kind of spin on it by having the Hamlet-like character run off. And have his kind of identity crisis. Although Hamlet does have an identity crisis. Now, Lion King 2 is very Romeo and Juliet. And so, like they went with that. They knew what formula worked. And I think that was what helped. Let's go ahead and do some exploring. I don't know, Mountain. I'm pretty sure it's definitely up there. And I can definitely see where Black Cauldron would have nearly bankrupted Disney. That one was okay. But I remember absolutely loving, not Black Cauldron, but the Magic Flute. Ooh, you found a new card for your MTG mill deck? What card is that? It really was dark, from what I remember of it. Belle, what's going on here? Why are there books flying everywhere? Oh, do I know you? But also bear in mind that Hunchback of Notre Dame was also really dark for its time. Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Each opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until that player has exiled cards with total mana value 20 or greater. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's a powerful card, dude. That's a good read on the situation. I do enjoy wordplay, Belle. Once we collect all the flying books, I'll explain everything. But the Black Cauldron did have great art style. That it did. Let's focus on one at a time. Got one. Got last one. Perfect. Oh yeah, I had VHS tapes for forever. But Hunchback of Notre Dame 2 definitely was a lowering of quality for sure. Like, they had a great concept. You know, like, let's see what happens after. Let's have, you know, let's have somebody fall in love with Quasimodo, but we have to have drama, so let's have somebody try and steal one of the bells. Great idea. Great idea. It was just semi-poorly executed. It was one of those ones where, like, the music could have been so much better, except for the end credits song. The end credits song is lit. It is a total bop. You cannot tell me otherwise. That is true. Why steal a church bell? Those are huge and heavy. That is true. They could have stolen something else from inside Notre Dame. That could have worked. It was mostly just the execution, I think. Like, it was a perfect case of great concept, poor execution, especially as far as music. I did. I bought it. Oh, you mean who would buy the church bell? There are a lot of people. Like, I guess the rich people would have bought it if they had, like, a big enough mansion that they could do it. But you're right. Who would? Who in their right mind would buy a actual full-sized bell? Must be the dreamlight magic. The storm of books was reflecting your feelings. Oh, that could be. That is true. It is kind of like trying to steal the crown jewels. Oh, a secret passage. You had me at secret passage. By the rolling ladder.
Oh, this is wonderful.
Let's see, where is our rolling ladder friend? You heard a story of a guy who broke into the Queen of England's estate twice while drunk and she took pity on him. Yep, that is a thing that happened. I want to say it was during Margaret Thatcher's time as Prime Minister. And he was not at all pleased with how things were going, especially, like, tax-wise. And so it was just one of those things where he wanted to talk to her, and so he did. He broke in somehow, some way. Let's, I guess, go ahead and eat all of our mushrooms. We'll go with that. Yeah, it was Queen Elizabeth II. So the latest Queen Elizabeth. If you can call it a rain. What do you mean? I mean, it was quite a reign because it was like 70 plus years. Hey, we found a secret passage! You found the secret passage? That's wonderful! It is intriguing, isn't it? Like something out of a mystery. Let's go see the beast. I think I ought to stay here. He's still upset with me. Oh, but you are a stranger. He won't like a stranger in his room either. Even the staff rarely go in there. The modern world doesn't run on her actual decisions. She was a figurehead. I mean, I guess that's kind of fair. I admire your courage, but I'd feel better if you wore some sort of disguise. I used to sew quite often when my father needed things for his inventions. With a few special items, I'm sure I could make a costume for you. Let's see. We'll need castle candles, castle candle holders, and a golden curtain. If you search the castle, I know you'll find what we need for a disguise.
Goodbye.
I guess we'll find a neat page with cursive writing. It looks like someone is writing a story. I can speak, the man of stone said, and I would be able to move if not for these cursed thorns. Let's take a look out here. Found one. Castle candle. Huh. I guess we'll have to worry about that later. Alright, ads in 1 minute. I'm gonna go ahead and snooze these because that means it is nearly time for us to wrap up. There was another story, someone jokingly invited her to their wedding and she came. I love it. Let's see, let's go settings. We'll go ahead and save. We will quit. And let's take a look and see who all is live at the moment. Need to go back to just chatting. Right? Imagine that power play. Like, dude. Let's see. Let's go ahead and mute this tab. See if it does look like Kishu is live. So you guys, I hope you have a fantastic Valentine's Day. Whether you are single, whether you're married or dating or engaged, whatever stage of life you're in, whatever stage of relationship. I hope you have a blessed day, that you feel the love of God today, and that you just are able to have, just like a chill day. I've got to get going because I've got to get laundry going. I've got to get the house ready for getting flooring redone. Happy Heart Day. Let's get this raid going, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Thank you, Soul. Thank you, Steven. So let's go send Kishu some love. If you are a sub, feel free to use this raid message. Otherwise, use this message. If you guys have any prayer requests, feel free to post them in the Discord. I will be keeping an eye there. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful weekend. I will not be live next Friday. I have a lot to get done next Friday, but I will be back on Saturday with some Caller X Malice. And I hope you guys have a wonderful week. And always remember that God loves you, and so do I.